Forgot to record the first day of school and didn't really do anything for the second, but let's do a recap, shall we? The name of the year is Jocelyn. I have, I think, 5 Jocelyns and 1 Josie, but I think all of them go by Josie, and they're all spelled vastly different, so that's fun. On my A days, I have no prep hours, and on B days, I have 2. So my A days are a little crazy, and my B days are pretty chill. I give out behavior tickets to students who are not doing their best, and I handed out 8 yesterday because I was like, I just don't want to deal with any of this, and so I want to make it very clear from the very beginning that I have a low tolerance policy, and it worked, I think. Well, actually, I have no idea if it worked. We'll see when I see them next time. I just started my 10th year, and this is the first day I've ever had that I didn't come home with feet that were killing me. One of my best first days, if we're being honest. Maybe it's just because after last year, anything better than last year seems amazing, because last year was the absolute worst. But I also have heard that the class I taught last year, the sophomore class, was a particularly challenging one, and I would like to agree with that. Great kids. Challenging, though. So, anyway, here's to my 10th year of teaching. I thought of some stories from the first couple of days that I forgot to tell. One, I had at least 3 students assure me that Canada isn't real. Now, I realize they were making a joke, but what a weird joke. And then I had one student who was like, I was joking about how, you know, some of my students said Canada's not real. And they're like, ha 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 ha. And then I said something about Australia. They're like, Australia's not real, Nick, but for real. I don't know, man. Now that I teach the same class 5 times, I think things are going to start being a blur. Because this year I teach 5 sections of AP World History, and I teach 1 section of Student Government. Today's the day where I have no prep hours. So I just teach until I drop. I don't actually drop, I felt pretty good. But today was also the first time we had Connections for the year, which is our advisory class, which is like a homeroom kind of situation. And it was very fun. I put them in groups and they had to find out things they had in common with each other, like a food they all like or a song they all liked and stuff like that. And then I had them all, and as a whole group, I was like, let's find something that we all like. Food. I was like, this will be easy. It was not easy. Do you know what we decided on? The one thing we could all agree on that we liked? Water. Water. Some of those crazy people don't like pizza. And fries. What? Whatever. So one of the students in my Connections class, my advisory class, is also in one of my AP World classes. I'm going around and making sure I know all the new students in my Connections class. I come up to a student who looks kind of familiar, and I'm like, and what's your name? And he's like, I have you for AP World. And I was like, okay, hold it, son. I have 178 students for AP World. You think I'm going to remember you already? I know you look familiar, but I don't remember your name. But he was like, oh, shoot. That's a lot of students. I was like, yes, it is. The week is almost over. Tomorrow's Friday. Next week's a 4-day week. Okay. I would like to make a prediction. The school year will be approximately 100% better than last school year. That's my prediction. We'll see if it's true. First Friday of the school year before a 3-day weekend. Holy shiz. Go in the bag. Okay. And I'm already leaving at 5:30. Today was even my day with 2 prep hours in a row for whatever reason. However, they were spent doing a lot of stuff for student government, because today we had our opening assembly, which went great. It was actually super easy and chill. And then we had a bit of an issue with the football game for tonight that we needed to iron out. That took up some time, you know what I'm saying? So that means that that time period where I was going to be correcting papers, I was not correcting papers because, yes, We just finished the 4th day of school, and I have already given, well, essentially the 2nd day of school, because we have A days and B days, and I have already given out 2 quizzes because I'm that teacher. In other news, oh, this news is also not great. In other news, I forgot a fork 3 days in a row, so I haven't eaten lunch 3 days in a row because I bring salad for breakfast. What? For lunch? I bring salad for lunch, and I have forgotten a fork 3 days in a row. So that's a great weight loss tip. Don't bring utensils and then you can't eat your food. Just kidding, don't do that. Eat food. Eat food. Yesterday, in my first period, we had a surprise appearance by a mouse several times. And today, I brought batteries to set the mouse trap, and I have caught 2 mice. 2 mice today. The first one I found during 4th period. I checked the trap because I got to check them regularly, because if you leave them too long and a mouse finds it with a dead mouse in there, they're never going to come in, right? It's never going to happen. So you got to check it. I'm a mouse catching professional, pretty much. So you got to check it regularly. So I checked it in 4th period after it had been set for a few hours, and I already found one. And I was like, hey guys, guess what? I killed a mouse, and I was really surprised that they all really wanted to see it. They actually wanted to see the mouse. So I showed them the mouse, and there were lots of pictures taken. I threw the mouse away, and then after school, after the assembly, I went in and I had killed another mouse. So I killed 2 mice today, and now I'm leaving the trap there. You guys care about this. I'm leaving the trap there over the long weekend because it's Labor Day weekend. But I'm not leaving it because it's an electric one. I'm leaving the trap there, but it's turned off. So they're going to go in there all weekend, and they're going to eat that little peanut butter, and they're going to be so excited, and then they're going to think it's normal, and then when I come back, I'm turning it back on, and I'm going to kill some more. We had our first assembly. It went really well. When I say really well, it went okay. About halfway through the juniors and seniors assembly, they started to just leave. And we were in the gym, and in order to leave, they had to come down the bleachers and walk in front of everyone and just leave. And one of the students in student council was looking at me, and she's like, should I go stop them? And I was like, yeah. So she ran over there. She runs to the doors, and she just stops people. She's just like staring them down, and it worked. I was very impressed, and I think I need to bring her a prize of some sort. Well, I made it through the first week of school, and in all honesty, it actually was probably one of the easiest first weeks of school I've ever had. And it's successful. 2 mice I've killed. 2 quizzes I've given. Everything's corrected. I helped run an assembly. I feel very accomplished. So, happy Labor Day weekend to me.